What'd you have this on?
Instagram.
Well, are we live? Now we gotta go. 5, 4, 3, 2.
What's up, America? Happy New Year. We are back. Happy New Year to you and you and you. Happy New Year to you and your family. I hope you get ready to take 2019 by storm. This is season 6 at Intellectual Radio and iHeart Radio Station, episode 1. We have been here going on 6 years this year. My God, I came here in 2013, and it is now 2019. So producers just love me more and more. When I walk in the door, he'd be like, oh my God, here she come again. But you know what? It is what it is. You know, every host here is different, but I make a statement when I walk in and when I exit the building. Because that's what I do.
That's what you do.
But I'm glad you all are here. Happy New Year to my co-host, Alicia. Oh, let me get this right.
4.
Ebony, Sarah, Louise, Kelly.
Yes, you got it.
Y'all not been rehearsing this for the last 3-4 days.
Happy today.
So I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you when we come back after the break. Tell us what they did over the holiday weekend. And something flew in my eye. So if y'all see me just bust out in the crowd in the right eye and there's no tear in the left eye, this right eye is bothering me. So please keep me in your prayers. I've been flushing it and I hope there's nothing in it, or if it's in it, it's out. You know, it's gone. That's it. I got some exciting news for D Flat Tommy Water. Oh my God. I got a lot to tell y'all. So I need y'all to buckle up, share the broadcast. We're going to be, my goal here today in 2019 is to inform, educate, entertain, and to inspire each and every one of you, because you all inspire me. And that's what the goal of the platform is. So in this intellectual hour, we're going to be sharing information, giving introspection, providing inspiration, telling you what's going to happen the first Tuesday in February. We're going to change the segment of the show. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have people in the studio. It's going to be going down. I'm
awesome.
super excited. So please share the broadcast. What are we going to be talking about today? I don't even know. What are we talking about today? I think we are talking about how we all can move forward in 2019. And
create a new habit.
That's it. Y'all know it don't take but a minute to create a new habit, but we need to create a new habit where we're going to have multiple streams of income, and we're going to be getting paid over and over and over and over and over again. And
the last
who
thing
should be in your corner? What type of people should be in your corner? We're going to talk about that because that's going to be really important to you and to everyone. And I'm having a vision board party at my house this Thursday.
Oh.
You guys are invited.
Yay.
I'll send you all the link. So don't go anywhere. You're tuned in to intellectualradio.com, which is an iHeart radio station. You can catch us locally, nationally, and internationally. You can go to intellectualradio.com, catch us right here on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, and on YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spreaker.com, type in Intellectual Radio, and then look for Making Waves with Ms.Darci'D. Don't go anywhere. We got some bills to pay. Be back in a moment. We can tell you how you can win a free advertisement here on season 6 at Making Waves with Ms.Darci'D. Back in a moment.
That's awesome. I didn't know you was on here 6 years.
I know, that's a long time.
Every Tuesday and Thursday for 6 years.
Then I had some, health challenges, but I was here. Yeah. Earl like being tortured, so I just keep coming back.
He loves you.
Yeah.
You got another pen in there?
Of course.
Okay, this one's not like the one right by me. She got all access now.
She thinks she run me. I have to let her know who in charge. Now I used to have like 3-4 pens. And I don't see not one. Oh my goodness. Earl, throw us a pen over here.
Mr. Earl, you got a pen over there?
Oh, he got pens because he be writing checks.
Thank you. Thank you so much for looking out. I appreciate that.
Hi, my name is Hannah Olivia Page. Listen to Making Waves with Ms.Darci'D on IR and iHeart radio station. Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. We love you, Ms.Darci'D.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and I enjoy listening to intellectualradio.com and Making Waves with Ms.Darci'D.
It's a new year, and the first special limited time, you'll
I
pay
don't
just
have to do it
$19.95. Imagine yourself with skin so clear and beautiful, you feel confident to go after all the things you want. Make it happen today with Proactive Plus.
That's a huge difference. Look at that. Proactive Plus makes me feel amazingly beautiful.
Proactive Plus is dermatologist developed to help seek out and fix problem areas on your skin. And it's proven to work 4 times faster than the leading prescription.
This product is doing it. I started seeing results with Proactive Plus within the first week.
Now's the best time ever to order because we're offering extra savings to first-time customers. Call 1-800-773-5681 to get our 3-step system plus free gifts and free shipping. All just $19.95.
I use Proactive Plus every day. Like, I literally use this stuff.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, we are live Making Waves with Ms. Darcy right here, season 6, episode 1, every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And to my right, the lovely ladies will introduce themselves to you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Alicia Nokeys. I'm currently a student at the Illinois Media School, and I'm here to make some waves with Ms. Darcy.
All right, that's awesome. Hey, happy today, everybody. I am Ebony Sarah Louise Kelly, an aspiring on-air personality, TV talent, and I'm here to kick it. Let's do it. Let's get it.
So what did you guys do for New Year's Eve?
So, I was sick. I was down for the count, like throughout the holidays. But one of the things that I did that was so enjoyable for me is I spent time with my 2 goddaughters, Lativia and Kylie.
Oh my goodness.
And
How old
we
are
watched Kylie's 5 and Lativia's 11. And not only did we read their Bibles, because they both have their own Bibles, which is really, really cool because the little one is like so geeked about Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
And then we watched Evan Almighty, which they are so turned up about that movie because that's the story of Noah.
That was a good movie.
Oh my God. So they're like, oh my God, God will tell you something to do and people won't believe you and you still got to do it. OMG. That was just so lit for me, just going through that experience with them. So that was the highlight of my New Year's Eve. I actually did a video with them talking about the Bible and things like that. Just want to record that moment.
Aww.
So then family came in town. My oldest goddaughter came in town. So just family time for me.
What you do, Alicia?
Pretty much the same family time. I really didn't go out much. I think the highlight for my winter break would be going to the movies. I got to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, how was it?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Okay, so I haven't seen it
So
yet.
fantastic. I really loved the artwork for it. It was phenomenal. They used like 3 or 4 different styles of artwork, like to express different things throughout the movie, and it was really amazing to me. The cell shade, because it's called cell shading, is what they use, and I'm not a fan of cell shading because it always looks really bendy to me.
Okay.
But they made it look really like, you know, like more like an animation than bendy, and it just looked really good. The artwork for it was good. The actors in it were phenomenal. Nicolas Cage. I forget his uncle was the guy who plays Cottonmouth in Daredevil, and he was phenomenal in Daredevil. So he was phenomenal in this. Shamik Moore, I think that's his name, did Miles Morales, and it was just and Paperboy from Atlanta was his dad in the movie, and they were just phenomenal voice actors. The characters, just the research on the comic books, it was just like a phenomenal movie.
That's awesome.
Hands down, and I really enjoyed it. The other movie I went to go see was Aquaman. So yeah,
How was that? Was that good?
No, I didn't like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, zero thumbs down.
I
can't even get it out. It must not have been a good movie. Wow.
And I tried to like it. It was just that it didn't. And it's like what I will say, because I do like to always say something positive about whatever art is out there. The fight scenes were done so beautifully, like just like the CG and just how they were fighting, like the way they moved the cameras in certain ways and kept it really interesting. It's just, to me, when they told the story, I feel like they failed. And even if it was like, even if it had nothing to do with the comics, the comic book origins or anything like that, I just feel like the story was very boring, very flat. The actors, to me, were very flat. So I just kind of, and I like Jason Momoa. I actually met him at Comic-Con. Yeah, he's
you go to Comic-Con?
Yeah. Yeah, and he
Okay.
was like, you know, big, friendly, giant. Like, he's really tall, so like
Right.
huge. They make
Okay.
him look shorter on like the films, but he's really big.
tall.
And he, you know, he's a nice guy and all. It was just that the entire movie to me, I just feel like fell really flat. So
Okay.
Work on that, Aquaman. Come out with no Aquaman 2. You gotta be better. You gotta have it dope.
Maybe
Okay.
some
So
fan
what
service.
we did,
Yeah.
me and Ellie went to Tinley Park to Pete Frazier's Majestic Gents New Year's Eve party.
Okay.
It was packed with people. We did a video. Elliot recorded the video where we stand on the dance floor, and it was tons of people there. A lot of cool vendors. I got a chance to shop, which is what I love to do. I try to support the vendors, and they dropped balloons at midnight.
Oh.
And so if you go to my Facebook page, you can see me with the balloons coming down, and I'm going, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! So it was really cool.
That's awesome.
So shout out to Pete Frazier and his wife and their team. They did an amazing job. If you did something unique and different to bring in 2019, call and share it with me, Ebony and Alicia. Ebony, look up to the left and get them a number to call in.
It is. I can't see that other number. 708-223-8953. That's again 708-223-8953.
So now we are in 2019. I posted that we have 365 chances to get it right. So now we are down to what, 358. So we're in day 8, and so we got to get on the ball. So it's already 8 days already. Pretty soon we're going to be in February. It's going to be Valentine's Day. These days go by so fast. So what are some things that we can do as individuals, as friends, as moms, as dads, as daughters, as entrepreneurs, as serialpreneurs, whatever kind of preneur you want to call it? What can we do starting today to move forward in 2019 so that we're not sitting in the same spot next year on January 8th? So what can we do? So these are some of the things that I wrote down, and you all, can chime in. The first one I had is letting the opinions of others control your life. It's not what others think, it's what you think about yourself that counts. We have to do what's best for us in the end and what's best for our life. But do you all agree with that or disagree?
I definitely agree.
Why do you agree?
I agree because some people are toxic. At the same time, people can drag you down from where you've already come from. And it's not anything against the person. The person's not bad. It's just that you've been to that place.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you stay in that place with that person, you don't have time to spend time on where you're growing and where you're growing. So being around people where you can reach up to, where they can pull you up, is where we kind of want to be. But at the same time, you keep those relationships with those people, but at the same time, you monitor like the time that you do.
I
You gotta
agree.
let that
Because they'll take you
majority
down.
of the
You
time.
can call them and say, hey, how
Yes.
you doing? And before you leave, okay, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
You in a bad mood when you hang up.
You wonder why you
It's
be happy,
Ooh. So
and then you wonder when you got the phone, you be like, why I
sometimes
want to
you
lay
gotta look
down?
down and see. Say, no, not right now. What about you, Alicia? What do you think about letting the opinions of others control your life?
I don't think that you should fully let opinions of others control your life. I do think positive opinions should control your life. I do think that sometimes people mistaken, what's the word I'm looking for? Mistaken criticism as toxic behavior.
But now there's good criticism, and there's constructive criticism, and there's just downright blatant criticism.
Yes. And sometimes, like I said, some people who are growing, sometimes, and that's where, a lot of mistakes happen. Even when you watch, TVs and movies, that they show that a lot, is that it'll be that one person that's got your back and be like, hey, don't do that just because there's so many signs and reasons that you shouldn't. And at the time when you're in it, you don't see it. So, yes, do cut off the toxic people, but do look out for the people who just want what's best for you at the same time. Sometimes their opinions do matter.
Right, I agree, because I love constructive criticism. So if you have
gotta
an opinion
have it.
about the show, something that can uplift, encourage, make the show better, you have some topics you want to hit, you can hit up me, you can hit up Ebony, Sarah, Louise, Kelly, or you can hit up Alicia, like I said, they are all on Facebook, they're all on social media. We would love to hear from you, because our goal is to make the show, the platform better but also to inspire and to uplift. And we want everybody to be doing things that are positive because there's so much negativity going on in the world right now.
Yes.
Number 2, the shame of past failures. My past failure, Ebony's past failure, Alicia's past failure is not equal to our future. All that matters is what you do right at this point, starting today, starting right now, starting at 12:32.
Mm-hmm.
Because the past is the past. Even though we made mistakes, we can't change the past. Could we have done it differently? Absolutely. Well, we can't go back. Because if we could, everybody would be like 9 and 10 and 17 and 18 starting over.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go back. But we can change right now. What do you
Right.
agree or disagree with that? The shame of past failures do not control or dictate who we are today.
I 50% agree and 50% disagree. I agree because you are right. Because sometimes if we keep thinking about what we've done wrong, we can stay in that place and not be able to move from that place. But as far as for me and my purpose, the things that I've done wrong, who has created me to be who I am today.
Exactly.
So if I wouldn't have went through those things, I wouldn't be where I am now. So at the same time, I just have to remember and never forget, but don't look like that.
Right.
Anymore.
Nobody here looks like what they've been
Oh,
through.
baby,
I
come
know
on.
that.
Jesus.
Okay, what
Yes.
about you, Alicia?
Yeah, I agree. I do think that you should, like she was saying, remember what you've done and make sure that you're not to do it again. You went through stuff to learn. And sometimes even though bad stuff happens, sometimes it's for a good reason. Sometimes you might not get that job, but it could be for a reason. I was just talking to my boyfriend about it. We were talking about the girl at McDonald's and the guy that had grabbed her.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, I was like, I would never want to work for a company or with people who I feel like don't have my best interest at heart.
Or have my back.
Or have my back,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
And so my thing is that even if she did get, well, she didn't, but even if she did get fired, maybe it's for the best. Maybe you're not supposed to be there. Maybe you're in this spot and it's the universe's ways, God's way, whatever you believe in, of moving you into a positive direction.
Because she might have never left if that had happened. So maybe this is a sign. Because sometimes we get comfortable and we don't want to leave where we at. So sometimes God makes it uncomfortable so that we can move to the next level. Because we'll just stay there. It's a lot of people right now that know people who are in dead-end jobs, not getting a pay raise. More and more things are being put on top of their desk. They don't like the people. They're not part of the clique. It's too far from where they travel. They're not getting anything out of it. When they get in the car to go to work, they got an ulcer. They get in the car, everything is like
dark,
anxiety.
Right. But they won't do anything about it. That's called insanity.
It is.
That's true.
I'm not saying quit your job, but look for something better that's more inviting, that's more healing, that's more inspiring, and then
put yourself in a positive environment.
Right. And just be aware of that moment. Even if it takes you time to get out, be aware of where you are, in yourself. And just know, Darcy, somebody come up in here trying to fight you, me and Alicia.
I know y'all got me. I know y'all got me. When all three of y'all and super producer, I ain't got nothing to worry about.
That's right.
Nothing to worry about.
That's right.
Number 3, being indecisive about what you want. So you want, and we were just talking about this after we touched on 2 and 3. You will never leave where you are until you decide where you'd rather be. So we have to make a decision within our hearts to figure out what we want and then pursue it with a passion. Now we have to be passionate. There's a lot of things that God gave us that we're not pursuing right now, because everybody has a skill, a talent, or a purpose. But we have to work. So God gets that. We all know we got to work. We got to have a roof over our head. We got to have a place to live. We got to have food, clothing, and shelter. We get that. But sometimes he's showing you different things and putting things in front of you so that you can pursue your dream.
Yes.
And then the money will follow.
I agree.
Yes.
It'll follow. To me, it's a win-win.
Do what you love.
But sometimes we think we know everything. Because I'm guilty of that.
Yes.
We want to stay where we are because we're comfortable. But it's time to get uncomfortable and step outside the box, especially with the people, the powers that we have be controlling us. Well, not to say controlling us, but in charge of the United States.
Yes.
We have to take the step ourselves and make things happen. Number 4, which I do it faithfully, but I'm working on it, so I'm actually doing better. That's procrastinating on the goals that matter most in my life or in your life. So there are 2 primary choices in life. We can accept the conditions as they exist. Wow, we just keep touching on each thing. We can accept the responsibility for changing them, but the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. A lot of people I talk to say, well, I'm waiting for this to happen. They got 5 things. They wait for everything to be the perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect time.
No.
You just got to do it.
Yes.
And if you fail, you learn from it. There's a lesson learned. So even if we make mistakes, we learn from them, and we should grow from them. But we don't want to keep making the same mistakes over and over again.
But I do think that being patient is part of it.
Well, that's true.
I don't think that, you know, that you should go out and do something, not saying knowing that you're going to fail, but if you're not even halfway prepared, sometimes you do have to prepare for things that you know are coming. My thing is, prepare for what you can, and for what you can't, go with the flow of it.
If somebody offered you $1 million opportunity and you have no idea, you haven't trained for it, Alicia. Now I love to throw out scenarios.
Yes.
You haven't trained for it, and they say, "You good at art, right?
Right.
You love art,
right?
That's your passion,
right?
So I want you to come and take 6 months and go with me. Here's a signed contract. You can have your lawyers check it over. I want you to come and create this position here at this company and help young people with their vision to create art. Now, you haven't had any training at this company. You done checked it out with 2 lawyers. It's perfectly legit. They're going to pay for your moving expenses. Would that be something that you would procrastinate about?
No.
I'm just throwing
jumping
it
right
out there.
in. Yeah, like and
I'm jumping in.
I'm just throwing a scenario. Now, that ain't life, but I'm just throwing that out there to you. Sometimes people throw hints and drop things right in front of us.
Yes.
And we still say, oh, what? Let me get back to you. If you could give me this and this, sometimes we have to make that other thing.
Right.
Sometimes, let me give you an example. I have a lady that complained and procrastinated about everything. I want to go to networking events. You always go to networking events. I want to be more outgoing. I said, okay, here. I sent her some YouTube videos. I said, I'm going to a networking event a month in advance. I need you to come go with me. Okay. So 2 weeks before the event, she don't have nothing to wear. So we went to a resale shop, got her something to wear.
That was nice.
Then she was like, I don't have any business cards the week before. Now I'm giving, every week there was something leading up to it. So I gave her the paper because I still have it. Before I could get them printed, I used to print them out on the business cards paper that you get from Office Max and Office Depot. And they may be like $10 and you get like 100 or 200. So I gave her that. Then she didn't have no ink. I said, come to my house and use my printer. I don't have a way. I'll pick you up.
So every time she brought something,
there's an excuse.
Right.
The night of the event, I go and pick her up because everybody that knows me, I like to show up an hour in advance because I may get lost because I don't know how to, directions don't work for me all the time. Get to her house, blowing the horn, sitting outside, get out the car, double park, ring the doorbell. She didn't even have the decency to say that I'm not going. So you have me go out of my normal way to get where I need to get to on time. That's why I left early. But you could at least said, I'm not going to go.
So she didn't answer?
She, later, I got back in the car. I'm on my way. She texted me, and she was afraid. What are you afraid of? You going with me? You don't have to say anything. We've been practicing on this for 30 days. Now, I'm not saying that she can't have fear. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But the other roadblocks, I overcame them for her.
Right.
So now what is your reason?
Yeah. A lot of time we don't believe in ourselves, on our worth.
Yeah.
You know, and I pray that she's over that because I get that. But having somebody like you to help push definitely helps the situation.
Well, she go now, but there's still an excuse. It's always, you know, and so that's the only reason why I'm bringing that up, Alicia.
Right.
There is no such thing as the perfect time.
Right. It's not. You just gotta go.
You just got, you know, I'm going to save tomorrow, and you 90. You ain't saved. So now you living on a check that's maybe $1,300, and your rent is $9. How you going to eat and brush your teeth? I'm just saying, there is no perfect time. Yeah, you can prepare, you can study and plan, but sometimes you have to just step out on faith.
I like that you said that because that is the theme that was a major theme in the Spider-Man movie. They were saying that, I love that you brought that up because that was a big theme in the movie. And they were talking to Miles and he was like, well, how do I know when I'm ready? And he was like, you can prepare all you want. He was like, but he was like, sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith. And the scene, like, oh, you have to see it. Like, the scene is so beautiful. Like, he jumps off the building and they show the scene up, like they show the city upside down where he looks like he's falling up to the city.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a, like, I'm glad that you brought it up, and it's like, it's
I
such
can't wait to go see
yeah,
it.
it's so
visual.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's a visual.
It's a beautiful
See that?
visual.
Yeah,
So I like that you brought it
of
up.
stepping out on faith.
Yeah. Number
you don't
5,
know.
you don't know. They ain't even in my notes, y'all. I don't even know where that came from, man. I'm stats. Number 5, choosing to do nothing. You don't get to choose how things are going to, how you're going to die in your life or when. You can only decide on how you're going to live right now in the moment. Every day is a new chance to choose. And that was the topic that we brought up at the beginning of the show, that everybody has 365 days. So you don't have less than me, just like we all have 24 hours in a day. It's what you do with the time you have. And you could just sit back and watch your surroundings and look at people at the end of every year or quarterly, every 3 months. And they say, I'm going to do something. You don't have to say anything, because you can tell me, but I'd rather you show me.
Right.
And that's what I was telling my children the other day. You can tell me, but I need you to show me. My daughter has an amazing sunglass eyeline and line, and she didn't do it right away, but now she stepped out and she's having pop-up shops where a waiting list. I mean, from where she started to where she is now has been phenomenal. But she had fear. You have fear of failure and you have fear of success, because we live with it. We imperfect. That goes without saying. But she did it. Now, she didn't quit her job because she ain't that crazy, right? But I'm saying that to say that we can't stay in this box of being comfortable and never be uncomfortable, because nothing's going to change.
Yes, I agree.
So people that say, I look at people and they say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Okay, well, let me help you. I don't know everything, but I know a little something. But then when you don't do it and you don't put in the work, and I say, call me at 6, we have a 15-minute rap session, and you say, okay, well, I was waiting for you to call me. This about you, boo.
Yeah, you're supposed to
So
call.
some things, and that's why I'm having a vision board. But see, the vision board people don't know is, we're going to do the vision board this Thursday, but we're going to revisit this vision board quarterly to see everything on there, where you at with it.
Yeah, that,
because
having
watch this,
checkpoints.
we're going to have an accountability partner. So
Yes.
everybody there will leave with an accountability partner. So
That's good.
and it's not going to be somebody you know.
That's really good.
Because we have to set standards for other people. Because if you're in a group, which I was in the fall, which was in August, a group of my peers, and everybody was coming to me for information. Not saying I did outgrow that group, that particular group. So then I had to find a group that could challenge me. And sometimes we have to do that. Now, I still love my group, right? But I need somebody to take me to that next level.
Yes.
And then once I reach that plateau, I need to find another group. So now I got this group, and then whatever I learned in here, I can share with this group.
Okay.
Right? But they got to do something with it. Right? I know you ought to share something with somebody and say, you know, what about this? They ask for your opinion, you give it to them, and then it's 6 months later and they still ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't even got to say it, but don't that make you think? Then they say, well, I can't do this. I can't afford this. This ain't happening in my life. This ain't happening. And then all you got to do is rewind your conversation that you had with them several months ago or several weeks ago. I'm not saying something's going to happen overnight, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very selective in the networking events I go to. I look at their topic, what they have, what they're going to do. Even with joining, if there's a membership fee, I see what I'm going to get first. How many times can I show up and see what you got before I sign my name and be a member? Whether it's $100, $150, $75, whatever it is. If it's free, what am I getting when I get in my car and get dressed and drive to the south side of Chicago or the South Holland or the Evanston or up north or the Naperville? I need to know how this is going to benefit me. And trust and believe, when I get there, I'm going to need to make some connections. I'm going to get there early so I can catch everybody when they walk in. And then those who came in late, I'm going to need to catch them, and then I'm gone. And then I need to dissect 90 minutes of the people, what was presented, the topic, and is this a good fit for me? Before, I just used to just go. I need to gain something from it. I ain't getting no younger. I got to do something.
You've learned to assess it, like to be able to assess what you're doing, because everything is not for you.
Everything is not.
But we want to touch everything sometimes.
Right. And I'm at a point where I don't have to. If it ain't going to benefit me, it ain't going to challenge me. I wish you success. What did you learn?
Right.
Maybe something that somebody else learned may inspire me. but I'm past that now.
Yeah.
Number 6, you need to be right. Aim for success, but never, ever, ever give up. Because the moment you tend to give up is when it's right there getting really hot. Because when you do, you will also lose your ability to learn new things and to move forward. Because you keep saying, I should have. Man, I should have just kept going. Man, I should have did this. Man, I should have made that phone call. Man, I should have did this. Opportunities sometimes only come once. And sometimes we have to be ready. But if we not, we say, you know what? I ain't really ready, but I'm going to do this. What I need to do? And then I'm going to go home and Google it, Yahoo it, YouTube it, so that I will be mindful of what's going on. I ain't going to know everything, but I'm going to know a little something because I'm going to do my research.
Right.
That's another thing we got to research. It's so much opportunity. The knowledge is everywhere. We just have to go and get it. Do y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was going to be something I was going to say about creating a good habit. Whatever that purpose is, if you spend 15 minutes a day researching it, guess how many minutes and hours of time you would spend researching, and then the findings that you will find within that 365 days. So that's awesome. That research.
Yeah.
Google, she is my best friend.
Google and YouTube, you know, we dating.
Yeah.
We in a committed relationship. You know, I say we go together. They may not feel that way, but we hooked. We tapped.
Yes.
Number 7, running from problems that should be fixed. Now, I'm guilty of this. I think we all are. We say, oh, I deal with that tomorrow. Oh, I deal with it next day. We got to stop running, face the issues, find the problems, get the solutions, communicate, forgive. If you got somebody that stepped on your toe, that looked at you the wrong way, that said something about you that was not true in 1990, and it's 2019, let it go. Because they done moved on. It's time for you. Do it for you. Because you're letting them carry on a spot in your brain, in your mind, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You got to let it go. I know people that hold grudges for years and years and years and years and years. And I'm like, okay, so you hold a grudge. They gone. They living their life, their best life. And you over here, okay, all right, now what?
Right. So what did we learn a long time ago? Forgiving people, it releases us from that thing. Right. It doesn't make a difference about how they feel. And a lot of people, like you just said, they're not even aware that they even hurt your feelings or anything happened.
Yeah.
So we have to forgive because we have to release ourselves from that pressure of it every day.
Now, you don't mean you got to go and hang with them if you don't want to.
No, you can love from afar.
But you can love them from afar and still, when you see them out, communicate, hey, how you doing? How's the family? Blah, blah. How's the business? And keep it moving.
Yes.
But you have to let it go.
Let it
You
go.
do. And back to what you were saying about the running away from your problems. A lot of the times, and it ties into letting it go as well. A lot of the times people feel anxiety about like something that's coming up. Like, oh, there's a bill that has to be paid and I don't have the money, or there's, you know, this concert coming up, or there's this obligation that I have, and or I'm afraid of whatever it is. And then fear and anxiety is part of, you know, running away from your problems. However, a lot of the times, and I'm guilty of this, and I notice that when I handle it, I feel so much better because it's never as bad as our imaginations actually make it out to be. And like, even with you saying like you're dealing with somebody that doesn't like you, sometimes you just have to say, hey, I know you don't like me,
and it's okay.
And it's okay. You can and when you confront them and say it to their face, hey, I know you don't like me, but I don't care. And even if it does, even if they just like whatever and they still hate you, you got it off your chest.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't have a problem with you. You have a problem with me. And you know what they say about that? That makes you a fan. Right. You a fan of me. And that's what people don't seem to understand, is that when people hate you, it is a form of flattery. There's something about you that
Cat Williams say, if you ain't got a couple of haters every couple of weeks, then you ain't doing something right.
Exactly.
So you're right. But then we also have to look at it, Alicia, that just because a person don't like you, because I've had that, we've all had it, right? And it do bother us because we human. But I'm at a point in my life, it's okay if you don't like me, because you not liking me don't have nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
That's your issue.
Exactly.
And you got to work that out with you and God or whoever you got to work it out with. But I'm not going to be the person that you work it out with.
Right.
Because that's your issue.
Yes.
And I think that's...
I got my own issues. I can't take on your issues and my issues.
It's like a balloon. It's like a balloon. You know, you blow up a balloon, it gets very like hard and you blow it up, and that's the frustration and the unforgiveness. But when you let it out and it's like it comes out, it's like your shoulders come down, like you said, it's like an exhale moment, and you like don't feel that pressure anymore, and you be like, why did it take me so long?
Because I'd be like, dang, Darcy, what's up with you, girl? You crazy.
You could have been here a long time ago.
Could have been did that, but that's how we learn and we grow.
Yes.
It is.
Because if you are not growing, that's something else that's going on. You should be growing. You should be growing and learning and using your mind, studying, reading.
That's awesome.
We gotta do better. Reading is fundamental. We're gonna even read. We're gonna do that this year here on the show. I got some great books. If you have some books we should be reading and discussing to uplift and encourage and inspire, let's do that. Let's do it together.
Yes. You know what? You know something funny is I just did that. I took all the books off my shelf. You know, you go and you buy books from friends because and I said, you know what? I'm reading.
I'm doing the same thing
this year, and I'm
not buying nobody else's book yet
until I
read
it.
That's it.
And then I'm gonna give them feedback. I'm gonna send an email, post it on Facebook.
Or go on there wherever they is, and there's I can go and do feedback on the page where they got it, the website. I need to read these books.
Right, because and then
because I need y'all to read my book when it comes out.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. How we support with $1, but a lot of people want to know, what did you think? Sometimes your opinion of what they wrote matters way more than that $10 you spent. Yeah. Because now they know, like you said, the constructive criticism. Yeah. What did you like about, because of what you do, you read a entrepreneur's book. They may say, Darcy, well, what do you think? You may give a tip that forms their next book, but it's okay with you because you're okay with releasing what God gave you, because
we
then
all
He gives you more.
We learn and receive
Yes, and He gives you more if you release it.
I agree.
I just want
the final one, number 10, awesome. Not appreciation of appreciating the present moment. When you do something good, or you got a checklist and you got 10 things on your list in the morning, and you do 5 of them or all of them, pat yourself on the shoulder. Cheer yourself on. Because if you don't cheer yourself on, how do you expect for somebody else to cheer you on? So too often we want to wait till we do something big to congratulate ourselves. Little things matter. Because it's the little things that lead to the big things.
That's so true.
So you have to compliment yourself. The people that you're around, if they do something small, compliment them.
That's true.
Because that means something. Yeah. That matters to people. Yes. So that we have to do more of that.
Yes, I agree.
We have to, if somebody look good in a suit, or they makeup is point, because I know I ain't good at that. But somebody that's good at that and their hair is dope, you be like, dang, girl, turn around.
Or they shoes.
Look good. I ain't trying to get their clothes. I ain't trying to beat them. But it's nothing wrong with complimenting. You see a man, you be like, dang, you wearing that suit? Dang. That don't mean I'm trying to get his phone number.
That's awesome.
Pay people compliments. Kids, adults. You know, children in school are going through so much right now. Compliment these young people. Ask what's going on. Ask them about their friends. We have to communicate more with the younger crowd because they're going through more than we went through. I know than I went through in school, and I'm sure that when you all went in school. So we have to, my grandbaby, I have a conversation about her friends, what she did today. You know, did anybody bother her? Did anybody do anything to her? Did anybody talk to her or disrespect her? We have to have these conversations now at an early age. You know, people that we meet, I'm in Dunkin' Donuts. I know everybody. I go to 4 Dunkin' Donuts in the community. I pull up in the drive-thru. Sometimes I just pull up and park. Good morning, good afternoon. How y'all doing today? And they be like, you came in, everything all right? Because I usually go to, we have to slow down.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody's in such a hurry. I go in because that's where I used to network. I used to go to Oak Park on Lake Street. The Dunkin' Donuts on this side of the lake train, and then on the other side, I used to go to Starbucks, and I would go in there every other week to each one, and accumulated hundreds of people, all races, all nationalities. I can't do Starbucks coffee because it's too strong. It makes my hair stand up in the air. But I will do their tea. I do their tea and their banana bread. So please don't give me no Starbucks gift cards. I got a couple on right now that I got for the holidays. I'm gonna be giving them out here on the show.
Don't hate on the frappuccinos though.
I can't do no frap, nothing. This is just regular coffee.
Oh,
I don't
my
need,
God.
and I only need 1 cup.
Okay.
Now, if I don't finish this, I will warm it up. But I'm gonna finish this 1 cup.
Right.
Now, if I'm having a rough day, I may do 2. But that's it. I'm not drinking coffee all day. I'm trying to get into different herbal teas. And then I go to McDonald's. I mean, not McDonald's. I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I get their coffee, and I get a plain donut. Now we got Krispy Kreme. Now I'm finna go to Krispy Kreme's and start networking. That's right there in Hillside. See, I haven't been there. But those are the places, coffee shops.
Yeah.
That's where your customers and clients are.
I agree.
Take your laptop, your tablet, a pen and paper. You know, you can go in there with some jeans. Just make sure they clean. And a cute top. Ladies, men, a little shirt, polo shirt. You'll be surprised at the conversations. I got my first sponsor out of Starbucks in Broadview.
Really?
Yes. I'm telling you, y'all, some of the stuff I do for marketing advertising, I'm going to have words y'all ain't going to even understand. It's an adrenaline. It's a rush.
That's awesome.
You know
what you talked about with the celebrating the small small moments. Shout out to all the Bears fans. We did lose.
Oh my God, we gonna talk about that. Yeah.
But we came far.
Made it. We
made
it.
far.
We
so
made
next
the
year we're gonna be on point.
I was ready for Super Bowl shuffle.
Right, but what they did was after the playoff games and when they won the NFC championship, what they did, they would celebrate in the locker room like they won the Super Bowl. I mean, they swagging and they surfing. They got the champagne. I mean, the videos on Instagram make you just want to be there. And the Cubs do the same thing. And these managers have implemented this because they talked about, we're going to celebrate this moment. Now, once we done, we got to go back to work for the next step.
Right.
But let's stop and celebrate the moment.
You got to celebrate. They should be celebrating that they made it to the Super Bowl. Because they ain't even been making, they ain't even come nowhere near it.
To the playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I meant to say, playoffs.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. But that means they're going to make it next year because I'm predicting this, right?
I'm touching it
so,
again.
Right. So we're going to touch it. And I hope y'all got something out them nuggets that we share with y'all because I even learned something from my co-host. And then how to form a new habit, right? So here are a couple of steps. And you all, we should be tired of setting goals and don't achieve them.
Man.
I got notebooks full of stuff from 2012, 9, 8. I was purging last week. I'm like, man, I ain't do none of this stuff. Well, it's a new year. So I got a new notebook, right? Y'all don't laugh because y'all know y'all doing the same thing.
That's why I'm laughing.
We gotta stop this madness.
It's true.
But it look good on paper. I write it all cute, and then I highlight it with highlighters. I even got the colored highlighters.
Your number 1, your number 2,
girl,
your dashes.
Got little designs and everything. Ain't did nothing. Okay, so here we go. We got to focus on one new habit. One habit at a time, right? Willpower, mindset, that we're going to accomplish this. Now, we may accomplish it in a week or 2 weeks. It could be a vlog, a blog, whatever it is, a logo. You're going to make your bed every day.
That was a good one.
Whatever.
I had watched a video of, I think he was a Marine, and he was saying that make your bed every day. He said, get up. He was like, if you don't do anything else throughout the day, he's like, make your bed once a day. And that really inspired me. And you wouldn't like imagine how that small thing really changes your day. I started doing that, and all good habits started forming afterwards.
I'm telling you, I do that, and everybody in my household be looking at me like, we got to go. I said, not until I make my bed.
Yes.
I make my bed every day.
Yes.
And when you start to get in good habits, like say you make your bed every day, like the first time you do it, it might take a little longer.
Yeah,
it's going to take longer. But as soon as
you got it down pack, and then I slap that arm across there for that neatness. Bam.
And that's
you got the pillows too.
I fluff the pillows. I got the pillow shape. Girl, that's all. That's all. Y'all don't want to challenge me now. I be taking some videos of me making my bed. Bam, bam.
But when you do that,
it means something.
It means something. But when you get in the habit of doing good things, the thing about it is that they start to come easier as the day goes. You get faster at doing it. You get better at doing it. And like I said, I started with the bed, and then it just started forming. So like I always had good like chores habit. I always had good chore habits for the most part, but there were certain things like how like you're like, oh, I did my laundry, but I don't feel like folding it.
Yeah.
And I got into the habit right after I made my bed. I was like, all right, what's the next step? Sometimes it's we have to start with our personal behaviors before we even get to our business behaviors.
Because that's why we don't have no clients.
Yeah.
You can have 10 clients and you ain't called nobody back and they waiting on you. You ain't sent them they checklist. You ain't did the 5-minute whatever. You ain't did no rap session. You ain't did no coaching call. You ain't mailed their email. You ain't text them and they looking at you like, oh no, I can't.
Yes, that's
I can't work with her. So it starts at home. It starts with us. And so that was, I got 2 videos that I still watch. I'm trying to play it for the other members of my family because they ain't caught on yet. That you got to make that bed. So they try to get out the bed before I do so that I have to make the bed. But I'm not leaving no house.
So you make
and
the
then
bed.
if we get dressed to go somewhere and you're trying to decide what to wear, you got couples. I'm not leaving until I put everything back in the closet.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I'm telling you,
I'm
I don't want to go nowhere and have a good time,
and
get my step on and come home and stuff is everywhere and I got to clean up.
Right. And that's the thing with making a bed. When you make the bed and you come home tired, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
The worst thing is to get in a bed unmade. The sheets all over the place. It's like it's a mental thing.
When you go home,
y'all got me pumped right now.
And even like that could be even like an inspiration to you. Like, you know what? No matter how hard my day is, when I go home, I know my bed is waiting for me. And then when it look nice, you be like, ooh, now I can't wait to get in it. Let me take my shoes off. Let me take a shower. Let me get comfy.
I
and
be
you know
dancing
what?
and everything. I be so excited.
Yes,
it changes your mindset
it
mentally.
It really does.
So now I'm going to go to the next one because we running out of time. Number 2, commit to a minimum of 30 days, whatever the habit is. For some of you all, it could be making the bed. It could be drinking a glass of water because water is good for your body. You know, our body feeds off of water. It could be stretching, some type of yoga or squats. Just one thing, checking your email, you know. Whatever it is, it could be, you know, my thing is to do 5 and 5. I'll tell you about that because I don't want nobody to kind of, you know, but 5 and 5, you'll see. I'm telling you, it's dangerous, but it works, right? I love my mentors. I have 2, and they have my head hurt because it's simple stuff. Oh my God. And they are traveling, making millions of dollars, but they are helping people. Oh my God. The length of time for a habit, right, is 30 days. And then you build from that. So once you're doing something for 30 days, then you can add something to that.
Exactly.
And then you, after that 30 days, so we should have 12 habits before the end of this year.
12 habits.
12 good habits.
Right, because it's some bad
And
habits
guess what? Those 12 habits are going to help you form your business, your product, your service, your brand, to be a leader, to be a coach. It's going to open up so many other doors for you that it's going to blow your mind. My thing was sharing a motivating post every day. And I started really good last year. If it wasn't a written post, it would be a video. And people were inboxing me to coach them or how it inspired them. And I was like, oh my God, which video? I'd be like, really? Because everybody needs different things. And so what I thought wasn't no big deal, it was a big deal, you know. And then I got sick and whatever. So my goal was this year to do it. And so I did one last night about go to bed with a dream and wake up with a vision. And I just started getting connected more with LinkedIn. And I got over 219 responses from the night post that I posted last night. And all of these things people said, it really touched me and inspired me. So it don't have to be nothing large. It could just be small little things. And so my goal is to post every day. Now what time? Until 11:59 is still that day. So my goal is to do that. And so far I'm on day 8. And I'm good. So I need y'all to pray with me because that's my habit that I'm forming.
Yeah, that's good.
Is to do that. And then my focus 5 and 5. We'll talk about that later, right? Anchor your new habit to an established habit. So if you make your bed, maybe you could dance while you're making your bed. It could be a little 5-minute exercise, 2-minute exercise. Inculcate something in there. You know, if I get to my car from work, I change my workout clothes, work out for 10 minutes. So something you can inculcate in that new habit for 30 days, right? But we also want to remember number 4 is take baby steps, right? It's not impossible to fail, but you learn from it. We have to start small and work our way up. And then the last one, make a plan for obstacles. Things are going to happen beyond our control. You can get sick. Somebody might call you, take them somewhere. I'm taking care of my dad. My schedule always changes. But you know what? It's how I deal with that situation. And that's has been key for me. Because I used to have meltdowns like crazy. Because everything is set, and then everything just changes. Everything is just, but I learned how to deal with it and move on. And that's the best advice that I can give to anyone. We have to know that when things happen beyond our control, or obstacles happen, or distractions, we can still make it happen. It may not be right then, but we can still get back to what that vision was. So inculcate that in your habit. We run out of time. We're going to come back with our last words, and we're going to close out. But the people you need in your life, be here Thursday at 12 p.m. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about what happened at McDonald's.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about R. Kelly.
Oh,
I have some, I just didn't want to do it today, but we will let I have that on Thursday, literally. So you need to be here or tune in and we're going to close out with the people that you need in your life from those two obstacles, things that happened and what you would have done if you had been in that situation. So we're going to talk about that. If you'd like to be a guest in the studio, you can hit up myself, Darci Redmond. You can hit up Alicia. You can hit up I'm not going to go through her 5 names. You can hit up Ebony.
4.
I done added one. Oh, my goodness. Right.
Okay.
So don't go anywhere. Please share the broadcast. We're going to come back with our closing remarks. Back in a moment. IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Radio Station, where we're guaranteed to feed your brain. Back in a moment. I'm not watering, thank God.
It's going good. You on the road.
So, in closing, I like to close with either a positive or motivational quote or something a nugget you took out of the show. So y'all got 30 seconds. Think about what y'all want to say.
Okay. The lady from the dance, she got me wanting to dance. I'll watch her show.
Wait, y'all. I sent Elliot a thing that said, I just sent you a hug in my thoughts. Did you feel it? He said, yeah, I felt something. All right.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That was cute.
That's awesome.
Y'all, we going back. Welcome back if you're just tuning in to Making Waves with Ms.Darci'D. We are live at Intellectual Radio Season 6. Been here since 2013. Loving it and growing, meeting some amazing people. Our platform is going to change February 1st, so stay tuned for details as we lead up to it. We're going to be informing you on how you can be in the studio to win cash and prizes. And I also want to share with you that I was looking for co-hosts for Making Waves with Ms.Darci'D. A lot of my co-hosts or interns have went on to do their own show or went on to radio stations, and I'm so happy that this platform has helped them and inspired them to do certain things. So if you remember back in November, I posted if you think someone told you got a good voice or you great personality or you should be in radio, you should be on TV, to inbox me your 1 or 2 minute, pitch, and then, we will move forward with that. So these two ladies to my right did just that, right? And so I am offering them the opportunity to co-host with Making Waves with Ms.Darci'D live on air. They did not know, but they made the cut. I think they have some amazing points and inspiration to share with this platform. And I'm offering an opportunity to be a part of the show. So that will be up to them, but it is extended to them. I do want to let you know that I did pitch to the Look Chicago. One of the young ladies has a platform and she's on the Jam, which is on WCIU. So I pitched a couple of weeks ago. I made it to the finals. We're having a huge event and they're going to be sending me the information. Tickets are going to go on sale today, so I will post it. I would love to see some of my platform or some of my audience there in the studio or, at the event. and I'll let you guys know that information later on tonight. D. Flat Tommy Water has picked up 2 new states, 4 new contracts, and I'm super excited about that. We are changing lives. We have a 21-day challenge that started yesterday. We have a VIP group page. We would love for you to join us. We're going to talk about meal planning and how you can cook. You can still eat what you want, but everything is done in moderation. And sometimes it's just the way you cook your meals. I am loving me and losing weight and maintaining the weight loss, but I am going to go on to another journey, which is some form of exercise, which I have not done in 18 months, and I'm ashamed of myself. But, you know, that's my new habit that I'm going to form, is to do some form of exercise for at least 30 minutes. And so stay tuned for those videos. That will be a laughing moment. I can promise you that will be. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to go out with a word of encouragement. We're going to start with Alicia. It could be a quote or, you know, a synopsis of what you learned today or what we shared today. Go.
I think overall, failing upward is okay. I think that, you know, you were saying that, you know, you have to plan and then sometimes you just have to make a leap of faith. But even with that leap of faith, sometimes you're going to fail with that leap of faith. But it's okay because you're going to learn from it. And a lot of the times we fail upward. When we reach for the stars, sometimes you land on clouds instead. And and sometimes you may think what you're reaching for is what you want, and then sometimes it's actually the cloud that is where you want to be at. Sometimes, and this is going to sound like a bad analogy, but sometimes being first place isn't always what it's, it's cut out to be. Because sometimes it could be things that it's like, oh, I didn't, this isn't what I wanted. People are, getting the wrong idea of it, but you might end up being in that second place and you'd be like, hey, this is just enough attention. This is just enough where I wanted to be. So sometimes it's okay if you don't reach your goals, but you have to form good habits to start working towards your goals. And even if you don't fully make your goals, you're always going to be in a better spot than when you started.
Right. And don't change the goal, just change the plan.
Yes.
Or the road to that goal.
The process.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you. I'm excited. I think you heard. I think that's what I heard, right? That I'm a part of the show. Is that what we heard? I'm excited. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Ms. Darcy. And just what we were talking about in the show is reaching up. That's how I feel about our relationship, because I want you to take me where you're going so I can learn the things for what God is doing in my life. I don't want what you're doing, and I don't want to take any of your fame. I just want to take the pieces of nuggets that apply to me, and I can take it to where I'm going. So with all saying that, everything we talked about, what I want to encourage everybody is to do all those great things on purpose. Do it intentionally. Do it just like we wake up and we eat our breakfast. We do it on purpose. We make a decision to do it. All these things about creating a good habit, making a bed, or just learning the opinions about people, knowing what's good, what's bad. Do those things on purpose and watch what happens next.
I like that. See, we can learn from each other, and that's the beauty of the platform, is that we all learn from each other. Nobody is better than each other. Nobody is greater, but we all have our own roads of success, and we take our own journey to get there. But we learn nuggets along the way to help us get there. Yes. And so that's what I love about it. And so that's the vision that I have that was given to me, and they going with me.
Hey, let's
Whether
go.
they want to go or not, we're going together.
It.
We're going together. So I want to thank everyone. Please share the broadcast, because I'm sure there are some nuggets in this broadcast that will help inspire someone in 2019 on this journey. And my quote in closing will be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire, because everybody's soul on fire is different. So whatever that is, what works for you, be the best that you can be. If today is your birthday, I forgot, because birthdays are important that we on this earth. So on this very special day, as you celebrate your birthday, here's wishing you a whole lot of happiness and sweet surprises. Happy birthday from Making Waves with Ms. Darcy and crew. And hopefully on the next show, we'll have Alicia sing happy birthday like she did before on the show, which was amazing. So thank you all. Be safe today. And in closing, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs, and that could be me or Alicia or Ebony. And we're out. Thanks for tuning in.
Deuces.
Good job.
That was awesome.
Good job.
Yay, happy Tuesday. Go dance.
Hey. No, good job.
with the dancing.
The dance.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yes,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Very much.
That was
Yes.
really awesome. I like the way you did that too.
My
That was
friends
really
say,
awesome.
you said it on show and they say no. I'm not, I don't care, it's okay. I've been told no before. Right? We all been told no before, right?
I mean,
Let's see how to stop this.
if I just
Yeah.
yep, that's it. I recorded it. I don't know if it went live though. No. Yeah, it just saved it to the.
Oh.
Then you hit it again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it should be.
It should be there. Bye-bye. Have $1 million day.